Catch a Vibe with Big Hass, only on Pulse 95.
And we are going to say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, peace, love, and blessings, and welcome to another episode of Catch a Vibe with me, Big Hass, right here on Pulse 95 Radio. Catch a Vibe airs every Saturday and Sunday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. As usual, I want to shout out all the singers, the songwriters, the musicians, the producers, the poets, the music enthusiasts. Shout out to all of you guys. Big love and respect. We're over 80 plus episodes. This is like a dream come true. I want to shout out Pulse 95 Radio for giving me this platform. Over the past kind of really few months, I've been getting so much love and feedback from you guys. It's been amazing. So thank you definitely for that. Now, our guest today is a name I've heard more than once on this show. That's one. Number two, even off air, I've heard about her so much. And I was like, okay, we need to have a conversation, definitely with her. That's number two. Number three, if you follow the show, you know that I use Catch a Vibe for me personally to get to know the human beings I'm interviewing. And this is my way. It's a selfish way because not everybody has a radio show. I get it. But for me, I use it to get to know them. And then after I get to know them, I kind of become a fan. It's crazy. It's a beautiful opportunity. And it's just really remarkable. Tonight's guest is an award-winning writer. She was born in the Philippines and raised in Manila, Cairo, and Vienna, and Muscat, mashallah. She's incredible. She's so talented in many ways. I think what makes her unique, and we're about to find out, is the way she writes is very relatable. Like I can relate, to her in a crazy fashion. So tonight is obviously the first time we interview her, but we're gonna have her on the show again. But tonight, buckle up. We're about to meet and get introduced to the incredible Danabelle Gutierrez. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Wa alaikum salam. Thank you so much for being on. First of all, how you feeling?
Feeling great. Feeling amazing.
Bless you. We got to start with this.
Yes.
Poetry, writing. What's the story with that? Did it knock on your door? Did you pursue it? Tell me all about that.
Okay. I did not want to be a poet.
Great start.
Yeah. I wanted to be a novelist. I really wanted to be a novelist. That was the plan. I wanted to write romantic comedies, just fun stuff. You know? And then...
What changed?
I did not like the novel that I wrote, but I wanted to keep writing. But for some reason, like everything that I was writing was like coming out as just like one page. And so prose started to pretend to be poetry. And then I started to read more poetry and kind of like inform myself and learn more about poetry. And I kind of fell into it, kind of like, falling. I liken it to falling into the rabbit hole like Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
And I don't want to leave Wonderland now because the flowers can talk here.
Oh, bless you.
I don't have to make sense of poetry. It's great.
Yeah. When was that? Like when did you start writing? When did you want to become a novelist?
I've wanted to become a novelist since I was like maybe in my teens. I think I started writing like chapters when I was 18, 17.
Wow.
Yeah.
And back then, what led you to even go down that road? Is it like family? Why did you want to get into that?
I don't know, actually. I just felt like I wanted to tell stories. I wanted to, I'd watch a movie and I'd be inspired. So it's like, so some of the stories were kind of formatted as a screenplay. I knew I wanted to write, but then the medium of what I was writing was kind of like always evolving.
Alternating. Okay.
And so the novels always came out like just one chapter, two chapters. I never finished anything.
Wow.
So when I finally finished that one book, and I didn't like it, I was like, oops. I still want to write, but...
But shout out to you. Like, you when did you realize, okay, you said that you didn't like the novel.
Yeah.
Was it an automatic change to poetry? Or obviously you started reading poetry, you started getting into that?
No, it wasn't an automatic change,
Okay.
not per se. So it was kind of like I was starting to write like flash fiction. I was playing with different characters, different viewpoints. I think because the problem with a novel was that the character wasn't fleshed out. It was plot driven. So like I thought about the plot and I just made the character do what it was what the plot wanted
Wow.
dictated,
Got
but
it.
it wasn't true to who she was. And that's why it was terrible.
Wow. Do you remember the first kind of poem you wrote ever?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
The first poem I wrote ever was like when I was in middle school. It was terrible. I still actually
You still have it?
I might have it somewhere. But I do have the first poem that I wrote as an adult.
Yeah.
After the novel, after the fact. And
You
it's
got
actually,
that. You're with you.
It's with me.
If you're watching on YouTube, you can see that. Okay.
Yeah,
Are you gonna spit that for us?
We can read it. We can read it if you'd like to.
Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's okay. So I want to talk about your background. MashaAllah.
Okay.
Obviously, born in the Philippines.
Yes.
Salamat po. Then obviously you were raised in Manila, Cairo, Vienna, and Muscat.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It was. It still blows my mind right now.
Right?
Like,
I'm
to
thinking,
think about it.
Okay, so the obvious question here is that did that diversity of these places impact you in any way, shape, or form? I'm talking writing wise.
Yes, definitely. So
How?
a lot of my writing is rooted. What I thought was it was rooted in home or home finding. But what I realize now is it's not just home; it's about belonging.
Oh. She already
That's-
spitting. I'm giving you a big round of applause, right? You don't have your headphones, but I'm giving you a big round of applause. That's amazing. Love
Yeah,
that.
no, so yeah, that's what my writing is obsessed about. Whether it's belonging to a land or belonging to someone.
It's always been like that?
Yeah,
Danabelle?
now I realize that that's what it is. Before I thought it was just home. I thought it was just love poems. You know how you want to belong to somebody, blah blah blah. But it was just that root word. It
Respect.
was to belong.
I love that. Especially now, I think now more than ever, this concept of home. So
Yeah.
I gotta ask you, being kind of raised in 4 different places and you have an identity from a 5th place as well. What is the concept of home for Danabelle?
So I tried to write about that on my last book, Tears Across the Earth. And what I was trying to find was that sort of phrase of, because I was bored with home is where the heart is,
Yeah.
home is where, I'm like just really bored of that. I wanted to come up
I
with
love that.
something new.
Yeah. True.
And I couldn't. So I think for me, home is still an evolving kind of journey.
Yes.
And it's still a question. But I think for now, I settle with home is on the page.
Oof. Another round of applause. She's gonna break the record. There's a record of the round of applause on the show. It's about 5. She's on 2 right now, and that's the first segment. Wow, Danabelle.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Before we take a break,
Okay.
there's this saying, third culture kids.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, I've been called that a lot of the times. And I think, by now it's more than just third culture, right?
Yeah.
It's like because I've been moving
Yes.
place to place.
Like when someone says that to you, what do you say? Like, I'm 5th culture kid? Like, what? Because
I
obviously,
just agree. I'm just like, because
Yeah.
it's hard to explain.
Yeah.
It's really hard to explain. Like, because I left the Philippines when I was 7.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I say home, I don't even mean the Philippines sometimes.
Yeah. But between me and you, nobody's listening. What's home? Where's home? Out of the countries. No, I mean,
Funnily
each
enough-
place has a place.
Yeah, no, but funnily enough, it's actually the UAE.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bless you.
It has been debate for the past 20 years because I've been
Debate.
here for 20
That-
years.
that's how you know she's a real one. It's a debate, not Dubai, ladies and gentlemen. It's debate.
yeah, it's not Dubai.
Yeah, Dubai. We don't say Dubai, right? Oh, man. This is the first segment. I'm already having a blast.
Yay.
But, man, God bless. We're going to take a short break. I'm going to put
Okay.
you on the spot right here. Obviously, people listening in the cars, they need a break.
All right.
And we need to have a song.
Okay.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but I will.
Okay.
What do we play for the people? Any song as
Any
long as
song.
it's clean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course.
You know,
it's clean.
locally, regionally, from the Philippines, from Oman, it don't matter what song it is.
YY. I'm sure you're aware of it.
Yes. Wow. Respect. A third round of applause.
So they've got a new album out.
They do.
Called Whispers of Existence.
Okay.
I forget the name of the first track.
Let's get it. We'll find it out.
Yes.
Okay. Why? That's amazing.
Yes.
I mean, they are incredible. Of course, they're a duo, right?
Yes, they are. They're a dream pop duo.
Amazing.
Husband and wife.
Yes, they're
good
incredible.
friends of mine. I've known them for 15,
Shout
16
out to
years
them.
now.
Shout out to them. You know why I love them? I've
Yeah.
seen them perform once because the kind of music they do is not that popular, I would say.
Yeah.
And they were following their passion, and I think it's a big deal. So shout out to you for having them on the radio. I don't know if their song ever got played on radio, but now we're playing it on the radio, which is a big deal. We're going to take a short break, ladies and gentlemen. We are with Danabelle Gutierrez. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Gutierrez right here. She is incredible. She's an amazing award-winning writer, a photographer as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we're definitely talking about that. But keep it locked right here. Pulse 95 Radio. Catch a vibe. Do not go anywhere.
Catch a vibe with Big Hass, only on Pulse 95.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen, right here on Catch a Vibe with me, Big Hass. We have a special guest in the building. Her name is Danabelle Gutierrez. She's amazing. She's incredible. And we just actually heard a Bright Light, which you can hear in the background a little bit right here, by YY. WY, Bright Light. They're an amazing duo. And thanks to Danabelle for actually suggesting them. And now, obviously, their song, Bright Light, was aired on Pulse 95 Radio, which is amazing. I love that. Such an incredible sense of obviously, community. Danabelle, okay, I want to know from you, when did you, as a writer, realize this is what you want to do for the rest of your life? So you got into, obviously, you wanted to do novel, you didn't like it, or maybe you didn't get into it a lot.
Yeah.
Then you started writing, obviously poetry, you got into that. When was that kind of spark or a kind of segment or way or something that happened that you're like, okay, that's what I want to do for the rest of my life?
That's a really good question. I think it was when I decided to write the first novel.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, when I decided to really write it and really finish it.
It was then.
I committed to it.
Crazy.
So I really wanted to do it. Whether or not I feel that way every day is a question. Because there are days when I'm just especially when it was getting hard, getting tough, you get rejection after rejection from different magazines or different journals. You're like, I don't want to do this anymore. It's too hard.
But I usually ask this question at the end, but are you ever afraid to lose that passion?
No.
Okay.
Because I went through that. Because I went through days of I want to quit writing. I don't want to do this anymore.
How do you deal with those days?
The writing. You
keep
can't,
writing.
You can't. I realize that you can't quit writing. You can say that you want to quit writing, but writing is not going to quit you. It's kind of that relationship. You're going to wake up. You can stop writing for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years.
But it's from within you.
Something's going to come up and you're going to be like, oh, where's the pen? Where's the pencil? I need anything. A lipstick. I'll write on the walls.
I mean, that's amazing. Yeah. That's crazy passion. I mean, how? Tell me from somebody who doesn't have that talent. I'm listening. I'm more of a radio guy.
No. Wait.
I don't.
I've heard you do a poem.
Oh, bless you. Now that came out of my heart. That's it. Nah. No,
so,
but bless you. I mean, for somebody that might not understand, as a writer, what's the concept of words with you? How do you see words?
Do I see words? Is it like a beautiful mind where I just see it?
Wallahi, I was thinking that. I really had that in mind when I was talking.
So now it's no longer as much like that.
Okay.
But it used to be that words would haunt me. When I was starting,
I
wish it would haunt me again because I haven't been haunted by words. So what would happen is I would get a word,
okay,
and it would keep either a word or a phrase, and I don't know where it's come from, and I'm just like, okay, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? And it just keeps replaying in my mind.
Really?
Yeah, a line would just haunt me.
Wow.
Yeah. So I long to be the river, for example, that it kept haunting me.
That's crazy. You said you're not being haunted a lot by those.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It could be good. It could be bad. I feel like I don't know really. I feel like the muse is probably, I call it the muse.
Yeah.
Is probably asleep. Is probably tired.
Taking a break.
Is taking a break. It's not vacation. It's probably in I don't know, Bora Bora.
Yeah, Mauritius.
Mauritius, probably somewhere. Right now it's just like, you know what? You take a break too.
Wow.
So I'm waiting for it. But I mean,
got you.
even like, so what happens with new writers is they're always waiting for the muse. And that's what I used to do. I would always wait for the muse. Now, like because I've been writing for a while, I know not to still keep working while waiting.
That's crazy that you say that. Because so I'm going to do like a stupid sports analogy. I'm into basketball, and sometimes if you're not having a good game, you kind of wait until the game to come back to you. You don't force it. Okay. That's kind of in basketball. That's what Michael Jordan always said, and you kind of let the game come into you if you're having an off night, let's say. Yeah. So you said something similar to that.
But you keep playing, right? You're still playing.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you don't force it. You know what I mean?
No.
That's interesting. Is that hard to do with the passion that you have for writing?
I think.
We're being philosophical right now. I'm just.
I don't think it's that hard if you're reading. If you're because it comes part and parcel, like writing and reading, and reading will always kind of inspire you. Like art would inspire you.
Facts.
Right?
Yeah.
So and sometimes like you read something and you're like, oh, that's beautiful, that's amazing. How did they do that?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I do that all the time.
And then you're like, okay, let me try to do it in my way.
Yeah.
So now you're practicing. So then that's I guess how I do it. So I usually write drafts. Yeah.
Are you always reading?
I try to. I haven't been. So I've been reading poems.
Okay.
I've been reading poetry books. So when people ask me if I'm reading, it's always like because I used to read novels.
Yeah.
like fat ones. So now when people ask me if I'm reading, I'm like, not really. Yeah. But then I'm like, no, I do actually. I read poetry books.
I get it. I get it. You know why this is very exciting to talk to you? My wife, my one and only, is a big reader, and she inspires me a lot. So when I was interviewed, I was like, because I'm not, like, to be honest, I'll say it. I'm not. Like, I try to get into it, But
you listen to audiobooks, sir.
Yeah, I listen a lot, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's why people like you inspire me, because as a Muslim myself, the first word in the Quran is Iqra, which means obviously read.
Right.
And it was given to us by an order as well.
Right.
And we have to read. The thing is, I'm not able to get myself into it. So the question is, in what way do you define a writer, in your opinion? And I know it's a tough question.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
It's really out there.
Very philosophical.
We go philosophical right here. This is what inspired me, Danabelle. I've never asked that question in my life, but I'm just, but seriously, because the reason why I'm saying this is because nowadays, Danabelle, there's a lot of definition about what a writer is.
I got you.
Sometimes I saw people on the Instagram. They're writers, but they're marketing themselves by doing a 30 or 40 second or 90 second reel of something that they've written to attract people to buy their books.
Right.
But they're using a different medium.
Yes.
You're not the medium of writing.
Yeah.
So what is a writer to you?
A writer is someone who writes.
Period.
Whether they're a good writer or a bad writer is a question.
That's not our... Yeah, correct.
Right, but they're a writer because they're writing. So, and I think I applaud people who try different mediums to put their work out there.
Yes.
I think it's a glorious thing. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. A lot of people could do it, and if you can do it, and you can translate your artwork into different mediums, that's lovely.
It's interesting that you say that, because I'm going to find that account that I'm looking for. He's my wife was showing me a French writer, and what he does is very interesting. What he does is that he's a writer, but he goes around Paris, and he would take videos of things that he's seen and pretend that the sub-objects are talking to each other.
Oh wow! Okay,
very creative.
That's interesting. Yeah. I want to see that.
Yeah. I'll try to send it to you.
Yeah.
But I thought that's interesting. And obviously, he attracts people, and then people start buying his books and all that stuff.
Love that.
Speaking of books, tell me about your experience with books and how many books you have. Tell me about that.
I have 3 full books.
3 full books. A big round of applause. That's number 3, ladies and gentlemen, is the applause.
And
3 books.
two chapbooks.
Are they with you?
They're all with me.
If you're on YouTube, you can maybe see them. If you can,
So
yeah.
the first
that's
one is I Long to Be the River.
I Long to Be the River.
Yeah. I'm really ashamed of this now, so don't ever buy this.
No, we'll definitely buy that. Okay.
It has
That was your first book?
That was my first book.
Okay.
It has abstract photography. It has poems. It has prose pretending to be poetry. It's really bad.
Bless you. But you
it needs
tried.
to be edited. But I tried it. I
Yeah.
did.
When
I
was
did.
this released?
2014.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And the second one?
The second one is End Until the Dreams Come.
Until the dream comes. Okay.
Yeah. And this was this came out with illustrations by the wonderful Chris Kang, who used to live here. He's moved to Australia now.
Oh, shout out to him. Amazing.
But he's great. I love him.
Okay.
And we actually launched this here in Dubai at
No
Fen
way.
Designs in Al Sarkal.
No way.
So he had an exhibit, and I was doing poetry readings. It was lovely.
That's amazing.
It was magical, honestly.
What would you say is the main evolution for you between the first and the second book?
I think the main evolution would be I read more poetry.
Okay. But see, that's what I love. What she's about, because she's real. She's just, you know. No, but
Yeah.
you started. Your passion made you want to start. You wrote a book because you wanted to have a body of work.
I did,
and you wanted
yes.
people to see, right?
Yes.
And the feedback that you got helped you. Know, with that.
Yes, actually, because I was sharing my work, and I was getting good feedback, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's good enough to put together and
Amazing.
bring out into a book.
Okay. And the third book?
Well, in between there was eventually The River Surrenders
Yes.
and Softer.
Oh.
So this are 2 chapbooks. One is this is kind of the epilogue
That's the one I think I have.
to End Until the Dreams Come. Oh, you have this.
Yeah.
And Softer is a prologue to Tears Across the Earth.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is my latest book. It has short stories and poetry. So, and the short stories are connected to the poetry.
Amazing.
In some sense, yeah.
Short stories and poetry.
Yeah, and the short stories are also kind of interconnected as well.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Can people
She's
buy this book? Like,
Yes, they can buy
Okay.
it in most online bookstores. It's available, and I believe Magrudy's. The 2 chapbooks are only available at Jameel Arts Center, but I think
Nice.
they've run out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because she's a legend right here. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Danabelle Gutierrez. She's incredible. I'm about to put the music down. Danabelle, I'd love to hear, what you have, in mind, just for people to understand what you're into. And I'm gonna put the music down. And what can you do for us right now? What can people hear from you?
I can read a poem from the new
Oh,
book.
yeah. Would love to, of course.
And if I can I found it. Okay.
Yeah. Perfect.
So
Definitely go buy the book, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay! Yes, please.
What's it called? What's it called again? Tears.
It's called Tears Across the Earth,
Tears-
or Tears
yeah,
Across the
tear-
Earth. It can be read that way too.
Okay.
And so the first section of this
Okay.
book deals a lot with identity.
Identity.
And wayfinding, home finding again.
Yeah, see, that's how you get me. Okay, go.
And this poem is called Uwi.
Uwi.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a Filipino word.
Oh, nice. What does it mean?
The
We're
poem
about to-
will tell you.
Okay.
You're about to find out.
Salamat po. Mahal kita Philippines, ladies and gentlemen. Danabelle, take it away.
Uwi, verb, to go back to your residence. One word meaning to return, not just anywhere, but home. I wonder how often the ancestors had to leave, had to go, had to work, had to travel on foot, had to climb down mountains, had to walk across rice fields, had to sail across islands, across continents, for miles, for years, for this word to be invented. I was 7 years old when we moved to Cairo. I remember scribbling notes to my mother saying, "Uwi na tayo. Let's go home." My mother, sentimental, kept the notes. I look at them now. I wonder, what home? Which one? The rented apartment? Muscat? Dubai? Vienna, where my mother is, or Inang Bayan, the country I am from but barely know? I wonder how often the ancestors had to reassure the ones who left, said, "It is okay. Go, explore, work, adventure, have fun, and when you're ready, when you are done, kahit gaano kalayo, kahit gaano katagal, may uuwian ka. Here is home."
Oh my God. Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I love that. I love that. You know, shout out to you, sister.
Thank you.
This really got to me.
Thank you.
When you read this to people, do they get emotional? Because they got emotional.
Yeah, a lot of Filipinos do get emotional because they can hear, they understand what is being said in Tagalog as well. Yeah. But I'm glad it landed with you too.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Big time. See, I'm from Saudi Arabia, and this whole concept of home as well is interesting to me because but man, this is incredible. You know, I've had Hakam here from the Blank Space, and he's like, yo, you know, she's the legend. Like she's the one.
He's too kind.
She's the one. And now I understand why. Like, you know, but seriously, a lot of people dropped your name in that manner.
They said good things.
No, seriously, no, they dropped it in that manner. They're like,
wow.
yo, you know, and it's interesting. Before we take a break, in what way do you think what's your good points in terms, what's your strong assets in terms of like the points that you talk about? Is it the fact that you talk about identity so well because you lived in different, you know, areas and you know maybe you lack a love identity at the same time? Tell me more about that.
I think my strong point is that I'm not afraid to question.
You're not afraid to question.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to question. I'm not afraid to ask questions.
Curious.
Of what it means to belong.
Okay.
What it means to be from here or from there or from both. You know, what words mean. I think that's curiosity is probably my strong point, and I'm not afraid to like follow it.
Oof.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, man, oh man, I'm telling you. 4215 if you want to text us. This is Catch a Vibe. Danabelle, you know the deal. I want to play a record, but off air we were talking about Abri.
Yes.
Are you a fan of Abri?
I am a big fan.
He's crazy.
Yes.
Very
Him
talented.
and his brother.
Yeah, Alqam as well.
Oh my goodness.
Very talented.
And so kind, both of them.
Very humble.
Yeah.
Really incredible.
Love
so
that.
I have this song. It's actually Abri and the Dream Fleet. It's called We Fly. Let's play this and we're going to be right back, ladies and gentlemen, with Danabelle, who is just really, I am blown away with the amount of talent, the humbleness, and I'm just being educated right now. Catch a Vibe. We're going to be right back. Keep a pulse.
Catch a Vibe with Big Hess, only on Pulse 95.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, right here on Catch a Vibe, of course, Pulse's first and only music-dedicated radio show. It's a show that really humanizes the artists, the creatives, the writers, the poets, the songwriters, the producers. It's been an incredible journey for me personally, just getting to know these artists. And today is a big example of why I love and keep falling in love with the show, because I think this is the longest conversation I've had with my guest, Danabelle. And she's amazing. I'm a fan. You see how it is? It took like one segment. And then I became a fan. And now I'm going to start following her and following her news and try to really support her. Because the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm one of those people, Danabelle, where I need to be convinced of why I'm following you and why I'm supporting you. I don't ride waves, and I need to know. And when you impact me, I'm done. And there's an old Bedouin saying, Danabelle, that says in Arabic, in English, a human being with no impact has no life. And that's what I go by in life, in terms of like, you know what, I want to, if you impact me, then, you know, then khalas, I'm good. Yeah, bless you.
I'm glad I impacted you.
No, you did big time. When was the UAE home? When did you move here?
I moved here in 2004.
Wow.
I was 19.
What, bless you. So you've seen that evolution as well.
Yes.
That's
when
crazy.
I got here, there was no Burj Khalifa.
Yeah, huh?
No Dubai Mall. No Mall of the Emirates. Sharjah City Center had IKEA.
Yeah. Really?
Oh, no, sorry. Dubai, Adira City Center had IKEA.
Yeah. That's
IKEA
crazy.
and Ace was there.
Wow. That's insane. And okay, so in what way, out of the places that you've been, in terms of Muscat and Vienna and mashallah and Manila and Dubai added to that, what did the UAE add to Danabelle? Like, what was the spark here?
I think it was because I didn't feel homesick when I got here.
That's deep.
It was
really
strange.
Yeah,
because
it
was really strange. Because everywhere I went, I was missing something. I missed, when I was in Vienna, I missed Cairo stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
When I was in Cairo, I missed Filipino stuff.
Crazy.
Crazy. I remember specifically what I missed. And when people came home, came from the Philippines, they brought those Lucky Me noodles. Yeah. They didn't have that in Cairo when I was growing up. So I was like, it was like gold when you got those Lucky Me packets, those instant noodle packets. Yeah. And then when I was in Vienna, I missed a lot of Filipino stuff as well, and like, and obviously like Arabic food. Yeah. Baladi, bastarma, like.
That's crazy. The way she said bastarma, I'm like, what? That's right. That's crazy. How long you lived in Cairo?
I lived from 92 to 95.
What? Yeah. 3 years, like, that's...
And you know what? I actually spoke Arabic fluently.
You did?
During that time.
You spoke?
Meaning... I spoke and understood Arabic fluently at that time.
Wallahi.
Yeah, wallahi. Wallahi lazim. But like when I left, I had to learn German, and all of the Arabic was kind of phased out.
Do you speak German?
Yeah.
Really?
Ein bisschen, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Auf Wiedersehen. That's all I know. That's crazy.
No, so it was phased out. But like it's weird what our brain does. So I will sometimes hear a conversation and I'll sometimes understand it immediately. And then sometimes you'll ask me something in Arabic and I won't know. And there's a switch in the brain that the brain does by itself. And I can't access it. I wish I could.
You know, again, I like I introduced you, there's a lot of realness in you, and I think this is missing from the, I don't know, writers that I see, or poets.
I'm sorry.
No, seriously, that I see, because it's all about them projecting an image of being a poet.
Okay.
There's an image about how to be a poet, right? Like there's no,
you
seriously.
have to have a scarf.
No, seriously.
You have to love the moon.
Yeah. You see. Oh my God! No, seriously, because it's this connecting with you is easy.
Thank you. And I'm glad to hear that.
No, seriously, it's really easy, and anybody who's listening and watching this would feel the same way. And if you even watch her, I think it's easy. When I saw you perform right now, you definitely got me. Was the writing is important when you write poetry, performing poetry.
Ooh.
Yeah. Tell me about that, because I know that's a different kind of ball game in a different realm.
Yeah.
Tell me about that experience.
Okay, so for a long time, I would refer to I wouldn't call myself a spoken word artist.
Yes.
Because I don't feel like I'm a spoken word, because I'm always scared.
Bless.
I used to be so scared about performing my poetry. The first time I ever performed was at Punch.
No way, with Zena.
With Zena.
Shout out to Zena.
If you see the first I was holding the paper and it was shaking. The good thing is my voice never wavers. So my voice doesn't give it away.
Wow.
But you can see it in my body.
Physically. Okay.
But if you're not focusing on like the handshake, you won't notice.
Yeah.
But I'm always so scared. And then people say that, oh no, but you have this, you have like this spoken word gesture.
Big time.
Yeah. But I don't consider myself a spoken word artist, only because they do it so well. Like
Until now?
Until now,
wow.
I still feel like, like people like Jasis.
Yeah.
People like Ziad.
Yo. Shout out to them.
I mean, those are spoken word art. Jenna.
Oh yeah, of course.
Come on, right?
Come
they
on.
do it so well.
Come on now.
They memorize their poems. Adil Awad.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Shout out to them.
I've stopped memorizing my poems because I found out that I get more scared.
I get
because in my mind I'm like, oh, what if I forget a line? What if I forget a line?
No, but I mean, I would say one thing. It's for me, every person has their style. Don't get me wrong. I love the spoken. For me, I'm more of that. But your case is interesting because like you say you're not, but I mean I saw a little bit of it. Maybe it's a mix.
Yeah, I think I tread the line probably.
Yeah. So it's like, and I think this is what makes you lethal, and like in a way, like in terms of no, seriously, I think this is what's the interesting part. Maybe that's the power.
Yeah.
The fact that maybe you're not like that is alone a victory to you.
Yeah, I think so. I think I have to be honest with myself
That's
what
I
am, what I'm not.
Yeah, but repeat that. Danabelle. A lot of people are not honest with themselves.
Yeah.
And this is the issue. But man, this is incredible. I've asked you to, if you can read something
so
that you like, right?
Yes.
Something that you haven't written, but obviously it's something that you like and impacted you.
Yes.
Tell me what you're going to read for us.
So it is, first of all, this poet, his name is just amazing. His name is Cameron Awkward Rich.
Really? Cameron Awkward Rich. Shout out to you.
Love it, right?
Okay.
And this poem, so it was hard to find a poem that I loved because I love a lot of poems.
Yeah.
But I settled on this one.
Okay. Does
And
that have a
it's
title?
called, yes, it's called Meditations in an Emergency.
No way. Love that title. Okay,
Right.
take it away.
I wake up and it breaks my heart. I draw the blinds and the thrill of rain breaks my heart. I go outside, I ride the train, walk among the buildings, men in Monday suits, the flight of doves, the city of tents beneath the underpass, the huddled mass, old women hawking roses and children, all of them break my heart. There's a dream I have in which I love the world. I run from end to end like fingers through her hair. There are no borders, only wind like you. I was born.
Wow.
Like you, I was raised in the institution of dreaming. Hand on my heart, hand on my stupid heart. I got goosebumps.
I got goosebumps. I swear to God, I got goosebumps right here.
I love
You
this
can't see
poem
I'm
so
wearing
much.
a hoodie, but man, what's the poet's name again?
Cameron Awkward Rich.
Cameron Awkward Rich. Shout out to you. I don't know if you see this on YouTube somewhere. Shout out to you, my brother. Wow.
Yeah.
Why? Before we take a break, why'd you connect with that? Why?
I think because, like
It's mad creative, in my opinion.
it is very creative. I love it. I love that it goes into, just it. The best thing about it is that it shows you, it doesn't tell you.
God, thank you.
Right?
See, that's why you're a writer and a poet.
It shows you,
You
it
took the
doesn't
words
tell
out of
you.
my heart.
It doesn't say hope at all.
Mm-hmm.
It just says hand on my stupid heart.
Man.
I'm still there.
Ya
I'm still
Allah.
trying.
This is crazy. This is crazy. Mahal kita Philippines. Let's take a break right now.
Yay.
We got a special artist. His name is
Yes.
what's it? Is it
Jaire.
Jaire.
Yes.
Jaire.
Jaire.
He's from Nigeria.
I think so, yes.
I think so. This is a song called Bus 170. We're about to play it right now. But yeah, he's incredible, right?
He's amazing.
Very talented artist.
Love him.
Very talented artist.
Yes.
Tell me what we were.
No, because I had the privilege of performing with him at Hikaya and NYU AD, I think in 2018.
Amazing.
Or something.
He's very talented.
He's very, very talented.
Very
He's
talented.
amazing. Actually, it was 2022.
Okay.
21.
Okay.
But yeah, one of those. But I met him and he was great. And
Yeah.
it's so young.
So young.
So young.
So young and talented. So let's hear Bus 170. Incredible Jaire Smith right here on Pulse 95 Radio. Do not go anywhere.
Catch a vibe with Big Hass. Only on Pulse. Pulse 95. Pulse.
Only on Pulse 95 Radio, ladies and gentlemen. Right here, we're definitely catching a vibe tonight. On the background, you can hear Jaire Smith, Bus 170. We just heard this record. What a beautiful record. Danabelle, thank you so much for suggesting this.
Thank you for playing it. We got to look out for our own.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree. But what an amazing artist, really. Go check him out. Jaire Smith. Incredible artist. And this is why I love this question when I ask you guys, when I ask the guests to give us, obviously one of their favorite musicians. Danabelle, towards the end of this kind of journey and how we're catching a vibe tonight on a beautiful Saturday night. The last segment is all about speaking about dreams and challenges in a way. I want to start with challenges. What would you say is a challenge?
Yeah.
Knowing that you have, you've been raised in different places and you call this place home right now. The whole, not confusion, I would say, and the identity and the home, the concept of home. What would you say is the main challenge that you're faced, and how did you get over it in a way?
I think with my work, though, it was the need for validation. Yeah.
100%.
And I think a lot of artists, new artists will, or even older artists would relate to it.
100%. I go through that every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah,
It's a
same.
human nature.
It is. It is very, it's very human to want to know if you're good or good enough.
good enough. That's the word.
Yeah.
And I think it's more like it for me, getting that tap on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Is what
like you're doing well. Keep going. You know, like you want that.
Do we think we need that?
I think we need some.
Okay.
Sometimes,
Okay.
especially you don't need the you're doing good, or you don't need that. Oh, you're amazing. What you need is you're okay. You're okay. Keep going.
Have you been getting that?
I wouldn't keep writing if I hadn't. So I think I'm really grateful for the community that we have here in the UAE. And it's great.
If you don't, sorry to cut you off. Sorry,
that's
go ahead.
Fine. Go ahead.
Where does it come from? Is it from family, friends, and you said the community mainly?
I think mainly community.
Okay.
I mean, of course, it started with friends, but then at some point, I love my friends, and I know they love me. But then at some point, like when I started, it was like, are you just saying you like my poems because you're my friend?
I hear you. Yeah.
So then when strangers started to say that they like my poems,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, maybe my
I know,
poem
yeah.
is good.
I know.
And then when someone that I admired
Yes.
said that they liked my poem,
That's another level. Yeah.
what do you mean you liked it?
Yeah. I think with you we go back circle to the point of there's this. You have this way of connecting with people through your vibe, even like the way you are. Where do you credit that? Where does that vibe come? Your vibe from? Where does that come from?
You know, I always get complimented with my vibe, and I'm not sure what my vibe is, but I think I've been called warm,
Yeah,
and welcoming.
yeah.
And I think
this is I mean, this is a shout out to the Philippines for that. To be honest, I mean, for me, the Philippines. I have so many friends from the Philippines, and it's all about. It's like in the nature of Filipino brothers and sisters.
Yeah,
right.
I think yes, but also I feel like it may be credited as well to the fact that I felt othered when I was growing up.
What does that mean?
I didn't feel like I belonged. So when I was from the Philippines, I moved to Cairo,
Muscat,
and then and then Vienna.
Yeah.
So it was always like I felt like I was othered. Even when I was in the Philippines, it felt like I was othered.
Yeah.
And I feel I don't want anyone to feel like that. I guess.
I get it. At the same time, you don't want to be boxed in somehow.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That too. And I don't want anyone else to feel like they have to adhere and conform. And they can just be themselves. And they can be themselves with me. If they can't be themselves with anyone, they can be themselves with me.
That's crazy. I mean, the challenge about being always validated, it's a big conversation towards. Do you think failing in that challenge will make you lose yourself? I'm coming up with questions today. Yeah,
he's really digging deep.
Yeah, shout out to validating myself right here on the rest.
I'm not sure if this is an interview or like
yeah, I know, like I'm going to
like
psychology
a therapy
right now.
session.
See what you did, Danabelle? Right now, I'm gonna get calls from doctors right now.
Do I think that it is a failure if I fail? I feel yes, because if you keep. Like if I were to keep working only to have it be validated.
Thank you. No, seriously.
Yeah.
This is what I've been saying. This is what I understood from this whole thing. If my hunger is all to kind of just to prove you that I'm good, then I'm going to fail. You know, like I learned this from the greats, even from the Kobe Bryant's, rest in peace, and many others. That I got to satisfy me.
Yep. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. But I think the key to actually succeeding is to work on what your likes are, to work on your taste, right? Because if you're satisfying yourself and your tastes are high, you're at a higher level.
Wow.
And if your tastes keep evolving and keep, then you keep working at a higher level.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah.
And also stay grounded as much
Yes,
as
that
possible.
too, of course.
Like I think even with you, I feel it like you're a student of the game.
Yeah.
You're always going to be a student of the game, no matter how many years you have, no matter how many books you've written.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay humble for sure, because I think ego is gonna. Ooh.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Because if you think you're good, you're just like.
I mean, you can have the confidence, but I think with
confidence is important.
Big time. Dreams. What's Danabelle? What's the dreams like? Give me a dream.
A dream. Oh my goodness.
Anything we can manifest right now.
It's so interesting because the second book was called End Until the Dreams Come, right?
Yeah.
And Tears Across the Earth, the short stories in there were from dreams.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And now that the book is finally completed, like Tears Across the Earth took about 7-8 years to write.
Wow.
A long time.
That's crazy, yeah.
So now that it's finished, I'm like, okay, what are the dreams now? I think it's to keep writing. It's to keep writing something, something beautiful.
Yes.
Something really beautiful. I think something interesting, something new, something fresh, something that I'd like.
Do you shock yourself sometimes with the writing? Like this,
Oh, yeah.
You've written something like, oh my God, how did that come out?
Yep. I'd look at some writing that I've done like years and years ago. I'd be like, who is this person? Who wrote this? How did I have what?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
When you go to open mics and stuff like that and perform, what gets your attention in an upcomer, like someone who's? Do you see yourself when you? Let's say you're watching someone and it's their first time. Do you know how they're feeling? Like,
do I know how they're feeling?
Like you were there. You were in their shoes.
Yeah. But
what grabs your attention in how they're spitting or what they're writing or what they're
I think the words, for sure. I listen to the words, but also, some people are just like great performers, right?
Cool, correct.
They're just like, what?
Yeah, they take you by storm, correct?
Yeah, it's just and then when you have both of that in one person, then you've got an amazing spoken word artist, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking like Lori Zachariah King, who's new.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
He's amazing.
It's amazing dropping some names. That's amazing.
We've got a new guy as well, Sam North.
Sam North.
Yeah,
he's
based in Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
But he's like the way he performs and the way that he writes is like high up there.
I mean, it's a very straightforward question. Poetry, in one word, what it is?
What is poetry? Ooh.
Like, what's the first word that comes to your mind when I give you poetry?
Nerd.
Love that. Yo, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Nerd. Why did that word come about?
I don't know, because it feels like...
just to clarify, for me personally,
Yeah.
I don't view nerd on the negative connotation. Like because a lot of people put it on a negative connotation.
Yes.
Same as autism, a lot of people put it on the negative. For me, it's a blessing.
Yes.
So I try to say that.
Yeah. Like bookworm,
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. No, I think because, poetry, I have a friend who did say at some point he felt like poetry was making fun of him. Because he couldn't understand it.
Yeah.
And so the people, and you don't go out and just go searching for poetry on the daily unless you're going through something.
Oh, I want to say, may Allah bless you. May God bless you, because you have such a positive light, like I said, and this light is going to inspire so many people.
I hope so. That's the hope.
When speaking about dreams, obviously the dream is to keep writing. Are you in the works of anything right now? Are you working on anything now?
Ooh,
yes. For
yes.
the next few months, let's say?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I'm mulling over releasing a book.
Okay.
Book that is difficult.
It's done? Or?
The poems are done. I haven't put it together yet. And I don't know whether or not...
Let's go.
I don't know whether or not it's going to look good or it's going to be cohesive.
Okay. Cohesive.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because the poems are it was written over a period of time, and I'm not sure if it's going to look good as a book. And
freestyle book.
It deals with a difficult issue.
Okay.
Which is, my father. My father and daddy issues, I guess, in that sense. And
that's sensitive, obviously.
Yeah, very sensitive. Yeah.
Was it hard to obviously write these?
So my father died in 2022, and
may his soul rest in peace.
Yeah. And I never wrote. I wrote adjacently of him.
Got it.
But when he died, I was able to finally write about him.
About him.
Which kind of, in a way, proved to me that I must have loved him. though I did not like him very much.
Got you.
And I'm still struggling with forgiving him.
Yes, I don't want to get you.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. So I'm still thinking about whether
know.
I should leave it. Yeah.
But for me, it's important because many people might be feeling the same way.
Yeah.
I think writing and reading and even performing is
Yeah.
healing.
Yeah, no, it is.
And going
It
back
is.
to what I said
Yes.
about impacting people.
Yeah.
So think about it from that perspective,
I think-
and think about it for you as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, for me, I think it's maybe closing that chapter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Closure.
And really, just having that.
This interview has been definitely top 5 for me.
thank
Yeah,
you.
seriously, you're amazing. How can people follow you? What's your Instagram?
It's at Danabelle Gutierrez on Instagram and at also on YouTube.
YouTube,
at Danabelle Gutierrez.
We need to push YouTube a little
Yes.
bit. We definitely push YouTube.
Yes.
Okay, towards the end, can we hear one more?
Of course.
Poem from you.
Of course.
And as we are like obviously closing, the chapter tonight and caught a big vibe with Danabelle. She's amazing. What are you going to read for us?
I'm going to read you one of my classics. Like
Classics.
from 10 years ago.
I like that. You see? See, ladies and gentlemen, that's why she's like a legend. When you have a classic, done. No, but seriously, when a classic for me, it has to stand the test of time.
Yeah. And
That's how you call it a classic.
Yeah.
My brother or sister, you can't drop a song in 1 month and say it's a classic. It's a potential classic, but it has to stand the test of time.
It's a classic also because like I feel like people are sick of it by now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
people
been,
who know you know this.
Yeah,
Okay.
they know this. And so it's disguised as a love poem.
Okay, disguised.
Disguised
That's
as
the
a love
word.
poem.
Okay.
But it is actually my relationship with my language, Tagalog.
Tagalog.
Yeah.
Salamat po. That's all I know.
Because for a long time,
Okay.
I feel like Tagalog I was using. So you know this because you're bilingual or you're multilingual.
Arabic, English. That's
Arabic,
it.
okay,
Yeah.
so you're bilingual.
Yeah.
You have a different personality in Arabic than you have a different
yeah.
personality
Yeah,
in
yeah,
English.
yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
My personality in Tagalog is angry.
Wow.
Yeah. Or when I
Can't wait to hear this.
So when I get
Seriously?
angry, or like it's actually not angry, it's rage. Controlled anger is
Why?
English. I don't know. I guess it's. I feel like because swearing in Filipino or Tagalog is
yeah.
a lot more crisper.
Yeah, oh my God. my sound engineers right here who are from the Philippines are gonna love this. Oh my God.
So yeah, so it
Okay.
depicts that, but
Okay.
it's disguised as a love.
I love that. Okay. I'm gonna put the music down. What's it called?
It's called Soft Curves, Sharp Tongue.
Woo! Soft curves, sharp tongue. By the way, do you like the snapping? Are you a fan
Yeah,
of those?
no, I am,
Because some
actually.
people are not. Like,
No,
okay.
it's great. I
Okay,
love
cool.
it.
Perfect. And with
Yes.
poetry, ladies and gentlemen, if you like something, you do this. So if you're in the car, also snap it up for Danabelle. Take it away.
All right. Habibi, Ayuni.
What?
I whisper to you in the dark and you smile. I love it when you breathe in Arabi, you say. The nights that I want to kiss you in the language my mother taught me, I stop myself, knowing how my tongue would curl on the accent and how its staccato would sharpen my teeth.
Oof.
Even the word soft, malambot, sounds like something that can hit you in the head, and the word surrender, suko, sounds like something that I can kill you with.
Wow.
And I love you too much. So instead, I speak to you with eyelashes downturned, mouth small, hands weak, knees turned inward. I love you in English prose and I kiss you in French songs. Mon bonheur te ressemble. Tous les deux, vous allez si bien ensemble.
What?
Last Saturday, you asked me why I whisper sweet nothings to you in every other language except for my own. I smiled and said, did you know that when translated, the derivation of my language, Tagalog, Tagailog, means of the river?
No way.
The truth is, if I speak it, I'm afraid you won't survive the waterfall you see. My tongue was handed down to me by datus and katipuneros. The truth is, my mouth is a battlefield you wouldn't know how to fight in.
What? Ladies and gentlemen, what? Another round of applause. I think she got it. The most round of applause I'm giving on Catch a Vibe belongs, ladies and gentlemen, to Danabelle.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. I love this.
Thank you.
That is a classic.
Yeah, it is a
I love
classic.
everything
Thank you
about
so
it.
much.
Because look, I'm going to say something towards the end. I'm not always anti the rage. I'm not always against the anger, because I think sometimes we become complacent with things.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes anger is important in controlled way.
Yeah.
What you just said kind of gave me that vibe.
And I love the added layer of it
Yes,
as well, because
yes.
Filipinos are kind of
Yeah.
thought to be subservient, are thought to be meek and quiet and soft. But
Oh, this is powerful.
yeah,
It's powerful.
like I come from Katipuneros
Yeah.
and Datos,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you better be careful.
Do you do poetry in Tagalog fully, or?
No, I can't. I'm
Okay.
not poetically
Okay,
fluent
okay.
in Filipino,
okay.
unfortunately.
But you
because I don't
understand,
think that.
obviously.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, the way that I speak Filipino is like street slang.
Oh man, I love it.
So
I
it's
love
not
it.
poetic.
Oh, bless you, Danabelle. I hope you had a good time.
I had a
here.
wonderful time. Thank you so
you're
much.
amazing. I wish you a
Thank
blessed
you.
night.
Yes.
What do we end with? Do you have a song, an artist that we want to end with?
We are gonna end with another local artist
Oh, tell me.
called Noosh Like Sploosh.
Oh yeah, we
Let's
love to play
go.
her on the show right here. Okay,
Yes.
for sure.
3-act circus.
Yeah. We'll definitely do that.
Love it.
We can play this. Have a beautiful night, you guys. Any last words you'd like to say, Danabelle? Please go ahead.
Those of you who are listening and would like to be into the poetry community, please come to any of the open mics.
100%. Any open mics, like in specific, you want to shout out? I know there's a lot, but you
there's
know.
a lot. So there's Blank Space
Shout
by
out to them,
Hakam.
of course.
There's Alicia Knowles, who runs
Yeah.
Just
Shout out to
Entertainment.
her, of course.
Oh, I love her. She's my best friend.
Yeah.
There's Malvika.
Correct.
Malvika will be hosting I think Pause.
Nice.
Because I'll be traveling for a little bit.
Okay,
so
okay.
Malvika will be hosting Pause.
Okay.
And probably a few other open mics in the city.
Yeah.
I think so. Oh, there's a new one that in Sharjah. That Haider is
Haider, yeah.
Haider the writer.
Yeah.
You can find him on Instagram.
Okay, I'm gonna check him out. Okay.
Yes.
In
so-
Sharjah.
Yeah, in Sharjah, in Al Jada.
Al Jada.
Al Jada. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's where I live.
Yo,
That's
okay.
crazy. Okay, I'm gonna
That's
check
a
it
great
out.
community, I heard.
Yeah. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. Thank you so much for shouting all that out. We're a bit out of time, but I'm telling you, this is an amazing human being. Danabelle Gutierrez, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
you.
Thank
Shout
you
out
for
to you.
having
Shout
me.
out to the family. And may Allah bless you.
Yes.
And take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Yeah. See you guys. We'll catch you on tomorrow. Have a blessed night. And we say peace and love. Danabelle, shout out to you.
Love.